Welcome into Sportscape. I am Derek Claiborne, and I'm once again joined by John Felipe. John, how you doing today?
Howdy. I'm doing well.
Good, good. We had week 4 is in the books, but we had some unfortunate results to our games, to our teams this week.
Yeah.
Both our teams lost. Is this, first time this happened, this season so far. So,
Yeah.
but
And
we
a
still
lot of
here. We still gonna give you guys a good pod. So
a lot
let's
of
get it going.
variables between both of those losses, and especially the
Absolutely.
Colts. There's a lot of positives to have to be had for your team in particular. For
Yeah,
my
for
team,
sure.
some of the parts are more depressing to dissect. It's like, oh my gosh, we just well, I'll leave some secrets for later, but we just made a major transaction about a starter from last game. So I'll tell you how bad it was.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. Let's get into it. Last week after riding a high where it's 30-0, this week had a very disappointing loss to the New England Patriots, 42-13. A lot of things didn't go their way in this game.
The initial takeaways from the Panthers game is, man, I knew, and like as the game was going on, I was feeling increasingly optimistic because I knew the Patriots were a tough team to play, and they're on the upward trajectory with Drake May and Mike Vrabel, and we were able to hold them to a 3-and-out, and we got the touchdown. Then we missed the extra point, but it's okay. But once they got that punt return, I knew it was a different game. Like, I just knew it. I knew it in my bones. I was just like sitting there in shock. Jenna would tell you, I was literally like, oh, this is gonna be like the point of no return that the articles are about, isn't it? And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Like, literally, the game was a different game prior to that punt return touchdown. And then the biggest issue, and so takeaway, with our team is our offense was more efficient than the Patriots. Like, we just on crucial downs did not get it done, especially on crucial downs close to field goal position where we were just between punt and field goal. In turn, the punt
Mm-hmm.
return is one that we almost could have taken a field goal. So, like, if we were just 5 yards closer, we didn't do well in that area, and that's
Right.
crucial. And there were several sequences that we would have hoped it worked out, but the offensive line kept getting broken through with Milton Williams wreaking havoc, and then we had Robert Hunt's out, so it's difficult. And it's just a lot all at once, and Bryce can only do so much. He's good at improvising, but he doesn't have the strength to just, like, even if he sees it, he can't rocket arm it as he's falling down, and Milton Williams is
No.
on top of him. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, those are my initial takeaways.
Yeah. I mean, once again, the Panthers, they always have that good first drive. Like the opening
Yeah,
opening drive script
that
is
was a
always
great one.
good.
We were feeling so good afterwards.
But it feels like as the game goes on, it feels like they get away from what worked early in the game. I thought they did a really good job of getting the tight ends involved early. I thought they got away from that later on, and
That
like,
was smart. Yeah,
yeah.
but the issue was Jatavion Sanders he had a high ankle sprain last game, and so
Mm-hmm.
we only have the rookie Mitchell Evans, and then of course Tommy Tremble, the
Yeah,
player we just
he
signed
caught
to a
the
contract.
touchdown.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
yeah, exactly, caught the touchdown. We just signed Tommy Tremble to a contract extension, so we have some guys there, but it's specific roles. We had
yeah.
Bryson Tremaine playing tight,
Tremaine, yeah,
yeah, at certain
yeah,
points playing tight end,
yeah,
because there's specific roles that you in this offense that Dave Canales chooses to use. you need to do a specific thing. Unless we could just redesign the playbook for each player's strengths if somebody gets injured, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as like the way I guess like it continues to like snowfall, it's like kind of like something happens like the punt return you was talking about.
Yeah.
Like it seems like something like that'll happen in a game, and then it'll just like the whole team would just fall apart. What do you think they can do to like overcome that,
Okay,
like that type of
honestly,
adversity
in
or
my
whatever?
thought, and this is maybe my wishful thinking, but there's a lot of guys that are on the bench, like these young pass rushers like Princely Uman Mielen and Nick
Hmm.
Scorton, like that I thought should have been starting in the first place. And we just cut DJ Johnson. We just cut the pass rusher that we had this past Sunday because
Hmm.
it was just the film was so bad. It was, I mean, not to be disrespectful, but it was unexcusable. It was so bad that like it's like, dude, what are you doing? You know, like, and he was a third round pick by this current regime, so I can understand why the fans have a little frustration. um,
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that 2023 draft isn't looking like the first few picks in that draft isn't looking too good for
no,
Scott
I
Fitterer
still
and
believe in
what.
Bryce. I believe in. I feel like if
Yeah,
Bryce,
Bryce. Yeah, Bryce is good. I'm just talking about the rest of them guys they
oh
draft.
no, no,
They
no, I wasn't saying you thought that, but
yeah.
I was thinking like pick by pick. I still believe in Bryce, but everybody else in that draft, no
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, man. But yeah, I thought that like the punt returns, I mean, the Patriots area to get that good, like the field position they were getting throughout the game was like a game changing. Like they just got a lot of short fields, and they were just capitalizing on the Panthers' mistakes. I thought, um,
Yeah,
and then like
capitalizing our mistakes. That's been the hypothesis of our season so far.
right, 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 and then like the connection between T Mac and Bryce is just a little bit off. It's you can tell
Oh,
like it
ever so
like
close. If they could get
yeah.
it, it would be magic.
Right, right, because he's getting open and he's throwing it to him, but it's just like connection not
It's
quite there, but you can
annoying. I
see it.
wish if we could have a functioning offense where like the design and the tempo, and I feel like the tempo is a little off sometimes too. Like the way the
Hmm.
offensive line blocks, it's like a little too slow and
Right.
weirdly enough a little too quick at the same time. Like it's slow in developing but quick in like its decision, and
Hmm.
I feel as though Price could do so many different things. It's the offense that's almost limiting him in my
Hmm.
perception. I'm sure it's complicated, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think so. It's like, do they need to bring someone else in? With Dave Canales to help, innovate and the offense a little bit and make it more creative, or is it,
They need to
or is it
bring
just
the architect of the Eagles Super Bowl, offensive coordinator Frank Reich. Maybe he can solve this problem.
been there, tried that,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this felt like as far as like the Patriots offense, it felt like kind of easy for them like throughout the game. It didn't feel like they were getting enough. Panthers were getting enough pressure. I mean, they only had like 1 sack in the game.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah,
then
consider
like
it game for us.
yeah, and then like Mike Jackson, he didn't have the greatest game in this game. He was getting like guys were you
I
know
think it was a difficult position for him because they once they put their foot on the gas after that punt um, touchdown, their game plan was just so like they could do anything. They were being gadgety and whatnot. So he was like focusing on tackling as well as coverage.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But I think after the punt return though, like when do you remember when they had like the ball in the red zone? So they had it like it was like second and goal, like the 25-yard line. like the Patriots had the ball. They had it was like second and goal at like the 25-yard line, and then like it was a penalty, and then the Panthers had a penalty, and they gave like the Patriots like a new set of downs. Like they moved like it was like a 15-yard penalty that made it first and goal at the 10, and then they scored again. I thought that was something that like changed the game as well because they were like backed up and they would have had to settle for a field goal, but
Yeah.
instead they were able
There's
to.
a lot of circumstantial stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this those like errors or mistakes that they make like in critical situations is just like they don't seem disciplined enough in those type of situations to help the team out, like when they're trying to like come back. Because like last week they were playing like everybody was saying, oh, it was good to see like Bryce and them play with a lead for once, because it
Yeah.
always seems like they always had to
It
like
would be
they're
way
always
more
down.
fun to witness.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like they're always like downed or like the game is like tied or it doesn't have like the advantage. So it's like every time like you try to get some type of rhythm or type of consistency, like is like some type of adversity hits. In this game, it was the special team struggling, you know, that caused like the game to flip at like a certain moment, and then they just never recovered after that.
Yeah. I mean, that punt return touchdown was, I was staring at the TV in disbelief. Jenna was like rubbing my shoulder. She was like, "It's still the first quarter. Everything's good." And I was like, I know this is the turning point because we just missed with a close, which it was the opportunity cost at the time. It just shifted the entire gears of the game. I was like,
Absolutely.
"Oh no, it's gonna turn bad, isn't it?" I didn't want it, but I knew it would, and it did.
Yeah. Yeah. It just wasn't that day. Do you think that the Panthers are like? Do you think that they're more like a home team? Like this year is like one of the years that they play well at home or able to,
Hey,
you
I
know,
sure hope so. I don't know what it is in particular. I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of different things at once. I mean, clearly they are having problems with their offensive flow or
hmm
play calling or scheme or something that is just not quite getting there. Like it would have, we got to do something because we see glimpses of what we could be, you know? And we've already seen what Bryce could be. So Bryce is clearly not the problem. We already saw what he did against both teams that were in the Super Bowl. Like, with the person that they traded away, by the way, Adam Thielen was played a big
yeah,
role in both of those games. But like, it's not Bryce. It's the rhythm, like I wouldn't say rhythmicism of the offense.
hmm
A rhythm.
yeah, yeah,
I wouldn't say
yeah,
it's the rhythm or necessarily the play calling, but it's some marriage of both. Like it's just not quite there. And Bryce isn't to blame, 1,000,000%. And if we ruin Bryce and like people are talking about trading him after this, I'm like, dude, he is going to ball out. Do you not see Baker Mayfield? Like he's going to ball out on another team, dog.
yeah.
Even more than Baker Mayfield. Dude's a stud.
It's all about like situation and fit, and like
Yeah.
Dave Canales right now, he's struggling to find like you said, a flow to a rhythm to the offense, a game plan that just works every single week. It seems like the team just be like I said, is he fit for this job? Do you think that Dave
Canales?
Canales can lead? Like, can he lead this team to like some
Uh,
sort of
I say, I would say 100% yes right now. Because as of now, I would say 100% yes because he is a natural leader and
hmm
he's willing to learn. Like he's not just. I don't think he's just the same way. Like Frank Reich was just, this is my offense. Like Dave Canales is listening, learning, doing different exotic looks, letting Evero do whatever, like trying to figure out what is truly the best. So I think he's a good leader and he's empathetic and cares about his men. And like, so I think he's actually a great coach. I just think there's a lot of decision making that's gone awry, you know,
hmm
like at crucial points.
Yeah. So you think like it's more like you feel like it's more like the personnel failing him more than like his coaching exactly.
Yeah, I think more so than the previous administrations, so to speak. I think
Hmm.
Dave Canales has the most structurally sound, process driven. Matt Rules was process driven, but it was more branding of the process than a specific thing. It was more so like this is kind of what worked in college. Like it wasn't the same. Dave Canales is growing and learning. He doesn't say like I have this system that worked. He's saying let's figure it out together, and that's what I respect about him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely frustrating to see like the Panthers like even the offense like getting like close to like you were saying earlier they would get to like the 50 to 40 yard line and then they would just like they
Man, I
forget how
kept
to
seeing
like
that Patriots logo, dog. I was like, we were right there next to that logo, and I was like, just 10 more yards and we're in field goal range. Like I
right,
kept
they just
seeing it
couldn't get there
there. And it
throughout
was,
the whole game. It was just like
dude, that's why I knew that was oh man. It was right after one of those stalled drives that we were going to like it was like 59, like right on the cusp of maybe doing it. And then we ended
mhm.
up punting, and that was the punt return touchdown. And in my heart, I knew it, dude. I just stood there shook at the TV. I was like, oh, this is a turning point, isn't it?
And then they had like another punt return, like another
That was
great punt return
almost the
after that.
same.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
that
was in the
was
same area that we could have almost got a field goal. And then we did try a field goal and we missed barely. I don't want to hurt Gerald's confidence. He did a great job. If you're watching this,
yeah, I mean, you got to make the extra points though. You can't miss extra points, but you know how that goes.
yeah, that's probably a one out of like 40, 30, instance.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of frustration going around with the Panthers right now. I guess the bright spot is T Mac looks good.
Yes,
Um, I think he's getting open a lot. I think, like I said, that chemistry. Once the Bryce get that chemistry, him and Bryce get that chemistry down, that will help. Um, the injuries have hurt. I think it really showed in this game.
that's
The
true.
injuries on the offensive line definitely hurt. Um, because you got to keep Bryce upright. You can't have him getting pressure like that in his face, and then
Yeah, Milton Williams was really getting after our interior
yeah, yeah,
offensive line. And
yeah,
Chandler Zavala, he was our backup because Robert Hunt, our Pro Bowl offensive guard, was out for. He's going to be out for most of the season, if not
yeah,
all. Like so, it was a little bit of a field day for Milton Williams.
yeah.
I would have loved to have him join the Panthers. We almost had free agency.
Almost had him. Yeah,
Was
yeah,
at him. Oh, you got to
yeah.
be quicker than that.
Man, him and Derek Brown would have been a great duo. That would have been a great duo right there.
Yeah, that would have been an incredible duo. Oh, dude, they would have been unstoppable, dog. Imagine them on like the Eagles. That's the team that
Yeah,
would have them. It would piss everybody off like that. They're just sturdier than the rest of us.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like I said, Drake May, man, you can tell just watching him play, man. I always been a fan of Drake May, like because he played at UNC, obviously. Um, but
He's a
man,
Charlotte
he's
guy
you can
too.
yeah, man, you can just tell that he's getting better and better with each week. I saw this one stat that he has had like a 75 completion percentage, and thrown two plus touchdowns in 3 consecutive games. And the only person to do that is Tom Brady. So in Patriots uniform, Drake May, Tom Brady. We're not saying he's gonna be Tom Brady, but just to be mentioned in that type of conversation is a good thing for a young quarterback. Um, but yeah, man, they just didn't disrupt the Patriots offense all game. They didn't make them uncomfortable. The short fields helped a lot, and then it's just like penalties helped extend drives, and it just didn't go well for the Panthers today. So hopefully, going into next week, is it the Dolphins they face next week?
That's right. Yeah, and they
Okay.
just played on Monday night, so we have, I guess, a a little bit of a day advantage.
And Tyreek healed his torn ACL, so
I wouldn't even wish we had that advantage. That was bad.
yeah, yeah, that was tough. I hate like we said, man. The injuries are just
If we
piling
could
up,
just turn it
man.
off like Madden, dog, that would be
Come
amazing.
on, man. I just hate the injuries. So many injuries
It
going
would
on
be
around the
so much
league.
more fun to see. Imagine how many legends we just didn't know about, like freaking Don Donaldson in 1985. Like, but he broke his leg in training camp, and nobody signed him since. He was an insurance salesman. Like,
Yeah. I guess my final question would be: are you a believer that they can turn it around, like going forward?
I'd say I believe there's a reality where that happens. Percentage wise, I don't know, you know, where it's going to go.
Hmm.
But if we do, it's going to be because Dave Canales continues to learn and grow. It seems like they're learning and growing a little bit because DJ Johnson, the fans were screaming out, he's not efficient in any way, even as a run stopper. He
Hmm.
was at the time we called out the inefficiencies of the draft pick. And so to have them actually cut somebody that started this past week that was so bad on tape that it's like, come on, man, what are we doing here? Like
Yeah.
that shows like, all right, we're taking it seriously. So if they take it seriously and we are still statistically like I'm seeing these graphs and I'm surprised by how efficient our offense is besides a few key plays. It's like the key plays that we miss out on. Like our offense can drive the ball, but then, like we did in New England, those key plays, there were like 3, 4 key plays where we were in puntish, field goalish range. Imagine two of those converting to field goals, and then they have to play the
Yeah.
game very differently. It would have been a
Yeah.
different game. And so like we just did not do well on crucial plays. So that's what gives me hope. If that's the type of offense that we're going to be, and we're going to capitalize on crucial plays, then
Yep.
I have hope for the Panthers.
Yeah, this is about zeroing in on like those critical plays, like when you're close to the when you're close to like the field goal range, like there's one extra play where we need this play, like we gotta have this play,
Right.
like me, like Bryce and T Mac, we have to be like on, like
Sync.
we have to be on the same page on
And
this
that's what
one
was a
play.
little frustrating about XL. And I love him as a guy from what I could see. And, like, as a prospect, I think he has a lot of hope. But, like, sometimes it would be like he's so out of sync, not knowing what he's supposed to be doing. And if he could
Hmm.
use his athleticism and girth, like, and like the way that he builds steam like a truck, you know, like if he was on the same page with the quarterback, he would be like deadly. It would be like Debo Samuel, but like bigger. He works out with
Yeah,
Debo too. They both went to South Carolina. Actually, that's funny.
he needs some of that Debo, production on the field to
Dog,
rub off on him.
yeah, dog. Seriously,
That's what he need.
yeah,
It's good to work out, but we need to see that production on the field. But Jalen Coker, what's the status on him? You know what they're
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, so the word on the street now, and I've been really digging. I just actually asked a Panthers beat reporter. Me and Alex Zitlow from Panthers.com had a back and forth on Twitter, and I was asking like, okay, so we just cut these guys, DJ Johnson. What is that like good news maybe for Jalen Coker? That he's going to be able to get back and activated, that they cut him for that reason almost,
Mhm.
or is his practice window, because after when you're on IR, you can be activated for a 21-day practice window, but I didn't know if it was going to take a roster spot or not. And so I asked Alex Zitlow, and he was like, "That's a good question." He is considered, from what I'm hearing from like Dave Canales and stuff, week to week right
Mhm.
now, but he does not need to take a roster spot once he activates his practice window. he can still be on IR and we can still have an extra spot. So he answered those questions. So that
Okay.
was cool of him. And but it's also, I'm hoping Jalen Coker comes quick because week to week seems like maybe not this week.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be rough for him to come back this week. So maybe week 6,
Yeah,
maybe that could be the earliest he comes back.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Going into our the next game, Colts. They suffered their first loss of the season to the Los Angeles Rams. A
What a
very
game.
good game. A very good game. Um, Close. A lot of things happened, and like I mean, it's probably Daniel Jones. Obviously, it was Daniel Jones' worst performance this year. I mean, this season so far. And he did have a bad game. I mean, other than those 2 interceptions, which were
Yeah.
bad, those bad plays, like throwing in like the double coverage, you should
It
never do
was
that.
it was the Los Angeles pass rush is so good. That's what
Oh my
EJ
goodness!
Evero. That's what EJ Evero envisions because that's like a similar type. He's a disciple from LA, and
Right,
he
right.
came and wants to bring that, but we don't have the talent to do that. They have the talent to do like that's EJ's system like envisioned.
Yeah, the pass rush. Jared Verse, that he is a
Brandon
beast.
Fisk,
Just don't. Yeah, him too. Monsters. They were. I mean, it was a couple plays where Jared Verse was just moving our offensive lineman. It's out the way, just shoving them and just getting
yeah,
back there. I was like, ah, man. They
yeah,
said he
yeah.
had like what 10 pressures or something in this game, something like
We
that,
traded back. That was our pick that they took to get
or six
Brandon
pressure on
Fisk.
him. Yeah, yeah, but he wreaked havoc out there. I thought that he was a big reason why um they got stops in like critical situations, third downs. They got stops. He had six pressures in this
Who did?
game. Jerry Burks, he had 6 pressures in this
Rivers.
game.
Oh, the pass rusher.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was some offensive line. That was offensive line's worst performance this year. I mean, this season so far. Um, all the PFF grades were terrible. I saw they're like under 50 or something. Like it may have been like one person that was over 70. I think it was Raymond, our left tackle. But what it comes down to in these games is like the little things, like the mistakes when it's so close game, like such a close game. And the Colts, they just made all the mistakes in this game, the critical mistakes. He had the AD Mitchell fumble
Hmm.
at the goal line,
I
which
mean,
would have
that
been a
was
75-yard touchdown.
it was ridiculous to witness in real time. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't know what he was doing or why he was doing it because I was just happy that he caught a ball and was going to have a great, have a,
Dog,
explosive play.
exactly. Like you went from like
Yeah,
oh
he was just like, because it happened so fast, you didn't even know what happened. He was like, wait, did he fumble that? Like what happened?
yeah.
Like, and then you see him like going, I'm like, oh man.
Ain't no
I'm
way.
like,
Ain't
I'm
no
like,
way.
are you kidding me, bro? Because the game is so close. That's one of the I mean, that's a critical touchdown that got taken off the board in a close game
Come
that we
on,
could
you
have
look at the
won.
final score.
I mean, 27-20. I mean, not to mention on the biggest play of the game, only having 10 players on the field on a Tutu Atwell touchdown, 88-yard touchdown, blown coverage, but only had 10 people on the field. You just can't have that in those type of situations. I mean, the 88-yard touchdown. I mean, you don't see those much in the NFL anyway, but to have that on like a critical possession when the game is on the line is you just can't have that.
I know.
And then on the fall, ensuing possession, we had a chance to go down and tie it, but to put just it's just the way the offense was going that today, and like this Jared Verse and the defensive line showed up, and Daniel Jones he threw like a pass, like just a bad pass that you just shouldn't make. Double coverage, you just can't make those passes in those type of situations. Overall, though, I thought the Colts played well enough to win the game, even though with all the mistakes they had. I mean, they had some penalties that were costly, put them behind the sticks and possessions that you know holdings. The AD and then another play, AD Mitchell's hold on the Jonathan Taylor touchdown too. So that's 14 points taken off the board by AD Mitchell in this game. He took responsibility for it, took accountability for it after the game, saying it was on him.
Yeah.
I just don't want him making those type of mistakes. Hopefully, he learns from this because we can't have those type of plays happen. But the Rams are a good team. They're a contender in the NFL.
Great team. Yeah.
Super Bowl
And
aspirations.
they always punch above their weight. That's a team that has fantastic coaching.
Absolutely. Matthew Stafford's incredible. I mean, the
Yeah.
throws he makes in tight windows. I mean, it's only certain throws that only a handful of guys can make in this league, and he does
He's
it
so tough too. He's so tough.
tough. He's gonna sit in there. He's gonna take the hit and still make the throw.
Yeah.
I mean, Puka Nakua, we couldn't stop that man. I mean, he was
Man, that's a team of toughness. That's a team that's hard to beat, dog.
Puka Nakua. He had 13 catches for like 170
No,
yards in this
that's
game.
actually that's what I'm saying too, Derek. Like that's respect to the Colts that you guys played them so close. That's a tough team to beat. Like
Absolutely.
the
I
Colts are
mean,
not pretenders. I know, because people are thinking like 3-0, but like maybe they're like,
yeah, like maybe
it's
they can't
called.
compete with the big dogs, but we showed that we were able to, you know,
Yeah,
compete with them. And like I said, we had a chance. Like I said, Puka Nakua went off. We had some areas like we have a lot of injuries in the secondary, so that's really hurting us right now.
yeah.
Because I thought the pass rush was pretty good, but we just couldn't handle like we didn't hold up, you know, in the back, back end on the back end. We had Xavier Howard, man. He continues to be a detriment to our defense,
God, why do you
man.
think he left the Dolphins? I knew once they cut him.
Like he allowed 7 receptions on 9 targets, 112 receiving yards surrendered, and the 1 touchdown. Puka
I
Nakua
knew
was
because he
killing
was
that dude.
good.
I mean,
I knew because he was good the previous year, but he seemed a little crazy in my mind, like the way he holds himself. And so I'm like, I don't know, man. If they're gonna cut him and he's good and he seems a little crazy, there's probably a reason they're cutting him.
yeah, yeah. And we only got him because we had all these injuries. Like I said, we got Jalen Jones is hurt right now. We got freaking Kenny Moore, he's injured. So a couple of dudes that are typically starters, we got injured and we had to go get somebody you know, off free agency to replace these dudes. And Xavier Howard was just not the right player. We got to play someone else. Got to find somebody to replace him because he's hurting us out there. So,
Yeah.
but I thought overall they played well. I still like what I'm seeing from Tyler Warren. He's been, oh my goodness,
Oh,
he looks
dude, he's been off
unstoppable
the
out there.
chain, dog. I've been
Leads the
following him because he's on Jenna's fantasy team. So I
oh
was
man, he's
like,
been
oh,
amazing.
that's a good investment.
Exceeded my expectations for what he's doing.
Yep.
I mean, they use him in so many different ways. I mean, like he had a rushing touchdown today. Like they using this, just handing it to him backfield, and he just scored a touchdown. So I'm just like the way they use him in the backfield. They use him on reverses, motion. Coming off motions.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
such a Swiss Army knife. I'm glad he's on a team that's like utilizing him properly.
absolutely, absolutely, and this opens it up for everybody else. Josh Downs and Michael Pittman and Adonai Mitchell. You saw it today. Adonai Mitchell stepped up and had a big play, even though he fumbled at the goal line.
Yeah.
But those are guys. I mean, they're going to benefit from Tyler Warren's presence on the field. Jonathan Taylor still does his thing. So I thought the balance between the run game and pass game was pretty good. Other than the possessions that they got stalled on. Weren't able to extend drives because of penalties or either the pass rush of the Rams just stop, causing wreaking havoc on those certain plays. But overall, I still think the Colts are a good team, and offensively, I did still think they can do some good things. Ain't too many teams got like the pass rush that the Rams have, and then the offense that the Rams has, obviously, because they're one of the best in the league, and you got Sean McVay, one of the best play callers in the league, dialing it up. And I thought I mean, defense held their own, even though they allowed a lot of yards. It wasn't they didn't allow too many, I would say, touchdowns. I mean, 27 points. I mean, it was kind of like, off those mistakes that we had and
No, I mean that
the
you guys played them
interceptions, the
well.
fumble.
You guys
Yeah,
played them well.
yeah, it's definitely, to have three turnovers after having no turnovers coming into this game. I guess some people were saying, Daniel Jones was due, you know, because he's usually one of those guys that turnovers the ball a lot. But
Yeah,
I think if he can just cut down those mistakes, it'll help. Like I said, it was a 13-10 game at the beginning of the fourth quarter, man. So I mean, the Colts were in this game. They just had a couple
it's wild how like
mistakes,
the
blown
fourth quarter
coverages.
was like changes things so quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I thought Latu had a really good game. This is one of probably this is his best game probably this year. He had a sack, he had 9 pressures, 2 quarterback hits,
Ooh,
6 hurries.
nice.
So I thought he had a pretty good game. I just secondary just disappointed. They weren't able to stop anybody. Tutu Atwell 80-yard touchdown was a prime example. Puka Nakua having 170 yards
Yeah,
in this game. That's just stuff that can't happen.
yeah,
Um, like I said, man, with Matthew Stafford, you have to get constant pressure on him, and the back end has to hold up. I thought I just kept saying like, man, are they double teaming Puka? Like he keeps getting open. Like this dude, he has to be. He's becoming a guy that has to be in the conversation as the best receiver in the
in
league,
the
man.
NFL, that's what people are
Yeah.
talking about right now. It's on the
I mean, we
down
got
low.
Jamar Chase, we got Justin Jefferson, but he has to be in that conversation right
But
now.
at that point, we have to redefine like what does it mean to be the best receiver? To
Hmm.
get the best at getting open and catching the ball. Like if that's
Yeah.
what it means, Puka Nakua is clearly winning. like, you
Absolutely,
know,
absolutely. He leads the league in passing, passing yard. I mean, not receiving yards, not passing, receiving yards, and he's second in touchdowns. I mean, 15th in touchdowns, not second in touchdowns. I don't know why I said that, but I
his
mean,
statistics are great.
he produces every week. I think so he's had what a game. We had 8 receptions for 91 yards, 11 receptions for 112 yards, 13 receptions for 170 yards, and 10 receptions for 130 yards. So he's been producing every single week at a high level consistently. So I mean, when you talk about the best receivers in the league, best weapons in the league, he's got to be in that conversation every single time
yeah.
going forward. I mean, he's a cheat
David, you
code,
know
Matthew.
who else is going to be a maybe an underdog, quote unquote, in this conversation? The Sun God, Amon Ra.
I'm around. Yeah,
Yo,
dude's a
dog,
beast.
Amon Ra St. Brown as well. Like he's somebody that's just like Puka Nakua, just gets open
All the
consistently, gets
time.
yards,
All the time.
consistently gets touchdowns, does everything that you need a receiver to do. And I guess that's what makes you eligible to be one of the best receivers in the league. Like he should be
Absolutely.
in that conversation.
You can tell they just have a great feel for the game and where they need to
Feel
be
for
and
the
how to get
game,
open.
dude. Just like Jalen Coker, I'm so hyped for him to come back.
Just have a knack for getting open, getting in the soft spots of the zones and all different things like that. I mean, like I said, just some things that the Colts got to work on. I think, like I said, improving in the secondary. Um, Latu, he's getting a lot of pressures, but we need him to finish, those plays with sacks, at least a little bit. You're not gonna get too many sacks in, but if you can get 1 or 2, out of those
Yeah,
pressures he's getting, that would be great.
yeah.
Um, Stopping explosive plays down the field, I think the run defense against the run needs to be a little bit better than it is. But overall, I'm I'm very satisfied with what I've seen from the Colts so far this season. You can't win games when you have 3 turnovers and 11 penalties. That's just hard. It's hard to beat anybody, let alone one of the best teams in the league in the Rams. Um, but next week we play the Raiders. I expect good things from that game because the Raiders, let's just say, their offensive line is terrible, and and like their defense isn't that great either. So I expect a bounce back week for them next week. So the Colts are still trending up. They're still in that upward trajectory. Um, they play the Chargers in a couple weeks. That'll be a good test for them. I think another good team. So I just want to see him continued improvement. Daniel Jones cut down on the turnovers. We don't need no more interceptions like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously.
AD Mitchell, hold on to the ball, my boy. Hold on to the ball.
That was
That's
so
all we can
unnecessary.
ask.
Why did he even like change arms?
I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was thinking about. He was doing too much.
Yeah,
Hey,
doing too much.
every
Yeah, he was like thinking about his celebration, dog.
yeah, he's doing way too much. When you get near, hey, for now, when we get near the end zone, we want two hands the whole time. Don't even celebrate till you get outside the end zone. I want you to go to the back of the end zone before you even try to take it out your other hand.
Seriously.
Other thing time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah,
So you
man. Two two games in the two losses, but we're looking to bounce back. Looking for our teams to bounce back going forward. Let's
you
go.
know, on the good side though, Coda told me that cute puppies they make for good days when your football team loses.
Help cheer you up. Help cheer you up.
That's what he told me. I did not know if I agreed with him, but that's what he said. That's where he stands on the matter.
Hey, anything that would help us. Also, fantasy wins always helps.
Oh, dog, how your fantasy team's doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I mean, I won the majority of my leagues this week, so I'm satisfied with that. Like I
Yeah,
said, you know, I'm in like 10 leagues, so you got to manage all of them. You got to look and you got to keep a close eye on them.
you said,
But I'm doing pretty.
dang,
Yeah, I'm in 10 leagues. Yeah,
dang, that's a lot, dude.
it's a lot, but I mean, fantasy is good. It's a lot of fun. Biggest stories. Chiefs bouncing back. Looking like their old selves a little bit.
Yeah,
Obviously, they had some help with the Ravens
that's
defense
the
looking like
Ravens. I was gonna
straight
say
straight
some of the
trash.
injuries.
Yeah, so many injuries to their defense. I mean, but yeah, the Chiefs look good. Xavier Worthy came back, they gave him a nice boost. I
Yeah,
mean, they were able to open up some things for everybody else. Travis Kelsey, Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, but
and
Xavier
Rashid
Worthy had a really
Rice.
good game.
Rashid Rice is coming back pretty soon too. It's like the people that thought like the Chiefs were actually bad just because they were 1-3. I was like, oh, you don't even know. You don't even know what they're
Hey, hey,
capable
you were
of.
the ones that warned us. You kept saying like you weren't concerned. You just know they turned the season around. Just wait
It's
on it. Just wait on it.
it's like they're heating up the grill, like they're just chilling too. Like that's the part that pisses me off. I'm not even happy about it. I just know, you know.
Right, for sure. But the Ravens, man, my Super Bowl pick, they
Yeah,
not looking good, man. I hate what I'm seeing from them. The defense looks awful. Like I said last week, we talked about how like they're like last or next to last in a lot of different categories defensively, like yards per game, a lot like
right.
yards allowed to get per game, points, passing defense is you know a lot of concerns. I mean, they have a lot of injuries too. Like Woquan Smith got injured, Marlon Humphrey got injured in this
Yeah,
game.
I mean they're main guys.
Yeah, it's they're having a lot of things go wrong for their team, and Lamar hurt his hamstrings, so you don't know. They already say he's gonna be out next, then like the next week, like week 5, he's already out. They already ruled him out for this coming week, so we gotta manage. They gotta manage that, see how he's gonna cover from that. But the main thing for the Ravens it's not about the regular season because we know when they're right, they're gonna beat the bad teams. They're gonna beat the average teams. It's about how can they compete with the Chiefs and the
Yeah,
Bills. What are they gonna do when they face off against them? And it seems like every time they they don't show up, Lamar just doesn't look the same. He struggles. Something about him this year, like teams, like he seems like he's holding the ball a little bit too much this year, more than I like. Like he's holding the ball, like he's not like taking off like he usually does. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know if I can make a direct claim, but I hear what you're saying, but like it just seems like something with the Ravens offense is a little off. Similar to like how the Panthers offense is like it's just like slightly off, like where you need to just tweak something about the way rhythmically that it's going to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Because even Derrick Henry had a couple of fumbles.
Yeah, like something off. Like I said, it's a lot of coaching like concerns I have, like with the play calling. Like, why isn't Derrick Henry on the field on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1? Like, he's not even on the field. Like, I don't understand that. Like in critical situations, Derrick Henry having that threat out there,
Who did they
they
have?
out here
Hill?
doing five, huh? Yeah,
Who
they
did they
had Hill
have?
out
Hill?
there. Yeah, Justice Hill. They out there doing like 5, 6 step drop backs on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, just run the ball. Like, you got Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs we ever seen out there. You man, give him the ball, or you can do like a read option with him and Lamar. Like,
So,
that's deadly. You
oh, that
know,
read option that would work. Oh man, like Cam back in the day, dog. You got those two Titans back there.
I mean, you don't even have that type of threat. They didn't know you're passing because Justice Hill's in the game. You ain't running the ball with him. You ain't gonna give the ball to him, and if you do, you're probably getting stuffed on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. You know what I'm saying?
If
So
you make it
it's like,
obvious, yeah, it would have to be like a
yeah,
distraction play.
yeah, it had to be like some type of like reverse or like
Yeah,
motion, and then you just flick it to him, some type of toss. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But the Ravens, man, they got to get it together because the Pittsburgh Steelers at 3-1. Um, I
They're
don't really
looking
trust.
surprisingly good, dude. With Aaron Rodgers over there.
Yeah, I don't really trust them. I don't think they're gonna be. I mean, they might make the playoffs, but I don't really trust them as far as like competing with the best teams in the league. I mean, they're in the
Well,
AFC, but
at least in the AFC North, you know.
right, but the schedule, I mean, it gets a little difficult more later, but you just want to be in a better position as the Ravens. You don't want to be one of those teams that don't have home field advantage. You
Yeah.
got to go on the road for most of the team. I mean, they're probably not gonna get the 1 seed because the Bills they have one. I mean, they have their division stinks, um, to say the least. The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots. I mean, they own those teams, and the Patriots look good, and the
Would
Dolphins. I
say
mean, they
the
don't look
Patriots
bad, but
they pose a threat. Like not right now, but like maybe like later on this season if they're still within like division range.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, the Ravens, man, they blew games. I mean, Buffalo and Detroit, they had some costly plays, like I said, Derrick Henry fumbles, change those games, and then their defense not holding up. I mean, their defense allowing a lot of points, so that's just something the Ravens gotta correct. They gotta get healthy. They gotta regroup, which I think they'll be fine. I think they'll bounce back, but it's definitely concerning right now. Kansas City, the Chiefs. It's the first time they scored more than 30 points in a regular season game since Week 12 of the 2023 season. So that's a long time ago. That's almost
Yeah.
like they didn't score over 30 last year at all, like in the regular season, and then went all the way back to 2023. And then Patrick Mahomes, he looked real good. He had 4 touchdowns. It's the first time he's done that since Week 7 in 2023. So
Wow.
the Ravens really made the Chiefs look good. So I'm really intrigued to see what the Chiefs look like. See if there's
Week
just
in and
like
week out.
a trend, something they can do consistently, like you said, week in and week out, consistently, or this is something that's a one-off just because of how bad the Ravens defense is right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, something that we're gonna keep our eye on. Another good game, the Packers and Cowboys. That was a great
That was
game.
wild. I did
A
not
wild
expect
game,
that.
a great game, something that nobody expected. We all expected the Cowboys to get smacked, destroyed,
Yes,
demolished,
by
just
far.
because because we know that the Cowboys defense is god awful. And then they didn't have CD Lamb either. So I was just like, ain't no way they're gonna be able to compete the Packers. They don't got CD Lamb. They don't,
Yo.
their defense sucks. I mean, their defense still sucks. Um, gave up 40 points, but their offense came out and Dak Prescott playing really well. He's playing really good this season. I mean, George Pickens probably had his best game I
He
ever seen him play.
honestly, I like when he's really good. Like I'm like, man, he gets a lot of slander, but he's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback, man. When you give him some time and you give him some weapons, George Pickens had yeah, he had a great game. Um, like I said, Javante Williams played well. I mean, they were cooking out there. I
Yeah,
mean, the
nobody
Packers,
nobody saw that coming. Man, that would have been such a
nobody
fantasy
saw
asset.
that coming.
It would have been
Yeah,
such
yeah,
a
yeah.
fantasy asset at the round you could have gotten him.
Yeah, nobody expected that. Cause I don't think the Packers, I don't think they allowed over on 20 points yet this season. This is the first time they allowed that, so they look like a kind of like world beaters on defense. And this week they just didn't look like that. Um, so I mean, like I said, the Packers they got to regroup, you know. But the one thing I really want to talk about is the ending to the game. The game ending in a tie. How do you feel about that? Should the NFL have games that end in ties?
It's very interesting that we still have that mechanism. I mean, we could very easily just go into double overtime and next one that scores wins, you know?
Right, right.
It's it's interesting that we still it feels very much like a relic of the past. To keep that because now for the rest of the season it's going to be like, oh, we're 8-3-1. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
it's just weird.
yeah, it'll make for an interesting, like, I guess, ranking of how we determine who goes to the playoffs. But yeah, it should be
Absolutely.
really rethought if we
Yeah,
like end games right as time goes out, or if we're able to do a second, next one who scores overtime, like sudden lightning.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, they gotta find a way to get at the winner. I don't like ties. I never liked it. I mean, it's not that many that happen, but when it does, it just. I
It's
didn't the
amazing.
Panthers have a tie game like a few years back? They had like a
Yeah, we
tie.
did. We had a couple. We had one against the Bengals, and then there was another one. But I remember the one against the Bengals that we had. It was crazy. It was like a punt return. I think Corey Brown, like it hit him and moved or something, and everybody thought the ball was dead, and he just picked it up and ran.
Yeah, yeah. Ties are weird, man. I don't know why they. I mean, it's at this point you gotta have something that you can come up with. Like I said, I mean, I know they don't want to overwhelm or have too much wear and tear on the players and having them playing too many minutes in a game, but you gotta have a winner to these games, man. It's too important, as far as like standings and playoff implications. And so even if you let the field goal, I mean, some people are saying like let the field goal kickers go out there and kick it until somebody misses or something like that, like
Yeah.
do something. Yeah, so they gotta correct that. Another thing I think that's a trend in the league right now is the kickoff, man. The kickoff is really affecting like a lot of games, like the new kickoff rules. Like a
Yeah.
lot of teams are getting great field position. Um, like I mean, if you go in it starts on a 35-yard line now. If you go, it's like a touchback. I'm like, what kind of stuff? I mean, all you need is a couple first downs. I mean, and you're in field goal range. You know what I'm saying? And the way these guys are kicking now, like Brandon Aubrey's 64-yard field goal is nothing for him. So you might just need 10 yards to get a first down. You can just kick it from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, but how do you feel about the new kickoff rules? Like, are you a fan of it, or you like it, or you just like, I don't know
Okay.
why they went to the.
One thing that I do like is just based off of the way that the rules are right now. Ryan Fitzgerald, our kicker, is doing such a fantastic job doing this knuckleball kick, and he's making kick returners like sit back and look for it. He even did it against the Patriots, even though like
Mhm.
they ended up winning the game and dominating. But like
Yeah.
he's been doing such a great job within the structure of these rules. Whether or not these rules should be instituted, I think what I do like is the structure solely of the kickoff itself, where it makes it a competitive play again. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a
It's true.
competitive play. Like it was just so boring. It was like, well, why are we doing this? Like as a formality for so many years. you know?
Yeah,
So
for
like they're
sure.
trying different things to make it a competitive play, and it's working. So I think that what needs to be tinkered with is, and I think sometimes like with like holding calls too, like it needs to be tinkered with. Holding needs to be stopped, but 10 yards, I think five is more adequate. Like, you know, like it happens like every play. Like, you can't just have a 10-yard penalty for something that happens every play. But that's how I feel about
Yeah,
kicking. It's got to be balanced. You can't
yeah.
have it
It's
strong.
kind of how I feel like with the offensive pass interference. Like they call that like it's weird. Like it's like, bro, you can call that a lot, but you choose like they called it on Tyler Warren in the Colts game. I didn't
Yeah.
know why, but I'm just like that's not offensive pass interference. I mean, you can call that on a lot of plays if you really think about it. You know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
frustrating. It's frustrating when it's a subjective view, and like it's something like a lot of Americans are like looking in their television sets and be like, "No way! Like that is not like excessive force or whatever you're trying
Yeah,
to make it to be." And it's a
yeah,
pivotal moment in the game. Like there needs to be like some second check, like some referees that are watching the referees.
absolutely. Somebody got to do it. I mean, it's got to be quicker too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's got to be something that changes. Next we're gonna get into some of the top plays of the week. First play we got Travis Etienne. He's been having a great season, bounce back season because he wasn't even have a great season last year. But this one play, a nice little touchdown run he has. I mean,
Ooh, oh
he
my
just basically
gosh, he
outruns
takes
everybody. Give
off.
him a little juke at the
Look at
end.
that speed. No, that's cool because like they were right on his
Yeah,
tail. That
I
must feel
mean,
so like incredible once he finally
yeah,
passes the
like you see
threshold.
that like one little move at the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
yeah, yeah.
that.
But he's having
Oh yeah, look at him. He's so hype at the end. I would be too.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Th-
Who is this?
Yeah, in
Ashton
this
Jensen?
play, Aston Genty.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
he had
I
he
hadn't
had three
seen this one.
touchdowns in this game.
That's nice.
Yeah, very nice. I
Yeah, he was
mean,
back in his
three
Michael
touchdowns
Myers.
in this game.
I don't know if you heard about that. Like he's back to standing straight again.
Oh yeah, his
Yeah,
stance, him standing straight back up, getting back to his roots,
yeah,
because people were concerned about him not playing well. But in this game, he had a breakout game, over
yeah,
100 yards, three touchdowns in this game. Very
yeah,
good for my fantasy team purposes.
yeah.
On this on this next play, we've been raving about this next guy all season long. Baker Mayfield having a great season, but
Yep.
watch this throw and this catch
Oh,
by
oh,
Emeka Abuka
oh,
over two
crazy,
defenders. I mean,
crazy. Oh, he
he's
started
having an
walking.
incredible rookie season.
Yeah, and you know what?
I
I feel
mean,
it
it's
makes me feel good. It
he
makes me
can't
feel
throw the
good
ball
about.
any better either.
I know that was a great throw. It makes me feel good about T Mac because he's within like 10 or 15 yards of the top receiver as a rookie of this guy who's a stud. So I'm like, all right, then we're doing something good.
He's in good company for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just be able
Oh
to
man.
catch that concentration is just
Oh
ridiculous. This next play, yeah, is this ridiculous. On this next play, one more time, could. On this next play, we got Khalil Shakir. Ah
oh.
man, this dude breaks tackle, almost falls to the ground, but still keeps
What?
his balance.
No freaking way. I had not seen that play. That's incredible. Wow, that
Amazing.
was incredible. How is that not number one? That was insane.
I mean,
Wow, I did not see that, dude. That's
just some
crazy.
incredible
That's,
plays. We gotta watch that one. We gotta watch that one more time.
oh
One more
yeah, yeah,
time.
we definitely do.
I mean, it's basically a screenplay.
Oh,
Little wide receiver screen, set up the blocks, break
oh,
that tackle,
gosh.
almost fall to the ground, break another
Oh
tackle,
my
just take
gosh,
off, outrun the
it's
rest of
like
the
almost
defenders for a
parallel with the
touchdown.
ground. Homeboy was like almost parallel with the ground, dog.
I'm telling you. And this outstanding play right there. It's Oh yeah, this play right here, man. Dolphins Jets game was surprisingly better than I thought it would be. I mean,
Yeah, it was
it was some
competitive
good plays, not some nice plays.
at the end.
Yeah, man. Uh, you're right. But this play right here, I mean, this catch by Garrett Wilson in the end zone, with
Oh
defender all
wow, that
over him.
catch was
Just an
incredible.
incredible
I love
catch,
Garrett
contested
Wilson, bro.
catch. Garrett Wilson. Oh my goodness! Like this is a concentration to keep his
Man,
feet in
he's
bounds
somebody that I would have
and
loved to
still
like.
be
I
able to
would have
catch that
traded a first round
pass.
pick. I would have traded a first round pick for him to be on my team.
It's incredible. Starting to live up to the hype of what he came in with. It's how greater receiver he was.
Yeah.
We got we got one more play we're gonna show coming from the Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers game. A tremendous game. Prescott had some great throws in this game. But this one right here was special. I mean, he steps up in the pocket, buys some time, dude in his face, and this is an incredible catch from Jalen Tolbert.
Wow.
I mean, on the sideline, be able to keep his feet in bounds, toe drag.
Ooh,
I mean, come back to the ball,
incredible.
everything. This is a tremendous play right there.
Incredible.
Cause his against with pressure in his face, be able to make that throw and make that catch. Tremendous play,
Oh,
throw and catch from
wow.
these dudes
That
right
is
here,
awesome.
man.
That is the best athletes in the world right there.
For sure. I didn't think it was a catch at first. When I first saw it, I was like, man, ain't no way he caught that. But he kept his feet in
It's so
bounds, man.
close.
That's a great throw.
So
But
close. It was so close.
yeah, man, those are our plays of the week. Yeah, man. Great week. Next up, we're gonna get up to some fantasy football standouts and disappointments. Um, John, man, who are your standouts this week?
Standouts. Honestly, I really after the Panthers lost, I was so depressed. I was like not looking at my fantasy team. I was looking at my fantasy teams. You know what I was doing at first? I looked and saw that I lost almost all my games. I was winning one by like 1 point. And I was like,
You, he's like,
boo.
all right, that's enough. That's enough football for the day.
That's enough.
Shut
I
everything.
closed my laptop. I said, that's enough football for today.
Shut everything
I saw
down. The
that Chase
Panthers lost.
Brown,
My
Chase
fantasy
Brown
teams are
only.
losing.
I saw Chase Brown only had me 10 points. I was like, Chase Brown, you were my MVP. You were about to be a household name. What are we doing? Yo,
You out here like, man, this is the one of the worst football days of my life.
man, I do not think I have any standouts.
No standouts.
I do
This
not
this
think anyone
misery,
stood out in a
this
positive
misery and
fashion.
disappointment.
Yes.
I think
Dog,
I
do
think
you know
for
how bad it was? I was trying to distract myself from football with politics. I was like, oh, give me something to focus on.
you gotta be down
So,
bad if you're doing that. You have to be
exactly,
down bad.
dog. I was like, ain't no way. Give me some news. Ooh, Eric Adams just dropped out of the mayoral race. All right, let me just get information. Distract myself.
You should have put on a movie or something, a TV show, your
Yo,
favorite
right? You
movie or
gotta should have put
something.
on Rush Hour or something.
Hey, that's a great movie to watch after when I'm
I
feeling
know,
bad.
right? I know.
Yeah, man. But any disappointment? Oh, you said Chase Brown. That was your main disappointment right there, right?
Yeah, Chase Brown, and Bryce again. Yeah, I think those are a couple of them.
Yeah. For me, standouts, Devon A Chain, he's been playing really well this season. Of course, like last year we saw with Tua how great he was, and this year he's just continuing to be good. I mean, the Dolphins' offense has been pretty good, despite like how the team plays overall and how much
Yeah,
flack they get, from Tua and Mike McDaniels, and how up and down they are and inconsistent with how they play every single week. Devon Achane, man, he's been doing his thing, man. I mean, I love it for my fantasy team purposes. I don't really care about the results of the team too much, but the fantasy the fantasy purposes, he's doing his thing. I think another dude is Amarian Hampton. He's starting to play well. He's starting to be on the rise. Amarian Hampton had a breakout game against the Giants. Um, 27
yeah,
points
with
from one of my
Najee
leagues. Yeah, man, he's gonna get the bulk of the
out.
carries. Gonna be the bell cow for him. So I expect some good things, some big things for him, and he's starting it off pretty well. Garrett Wilson, I mean, he's revived his career. He's been playing well the last few weeks, last couple weeks. Like I said, in the 20s in a couple weeks, so that's always good. Starting to play like we thought he would coming out of college. All the hype he got coming out of Ohio State. And,
Yeah,
someone that I really coveted in my dynasty leagues and a couple of years ago. So to see him finally producing at a high level is great. To see that plant, come out, pan out. Because last year I was just like, man, I might have to trade this dude. How bad he's playing. I
really.
mean, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, man. I don't want none of your receivers anymore. I mean, you can have. I don't want none of your receivers. I mean, DK Metcalf is doing his thing, but I do have him in one of my leagues. But
I wanted Garrett Wilson literally like from like the draft, like from that point on. So him like succeeding, I was like, dude, just bring him on the Panthers, bring him with Bryce Young, like we'll freaking kill it. I promise.
yeah, for sure. Disappointments, like you said, Chase Brown. I regret. I so much regret picking him as early as I did. I mean,
Oh, same here. I picked so many stock. I have so much stock of him.
yeah, man, it hasn't worked out. Joe Burrow getting hurt, well, that was the first domino that just made it all bad, and then
I mean, it was the only thing that matters. Literally, that dude, like he's the engine of the offense, and now like the engine is just like kind of humming along, kind of like 0.3 points here, 1 point here, where Joe Burrow would have been like 10 points, 20 points, 30 points.
absolutely, absolutely. Then Malik Neighbors, man, that's the worst news we got today. Torn
Heartbreaking, dog.
ACL.
Again. Why can't it just be like Madden where you just turn off injuries? It would be way better.
It's just all these injuries, man.
It's
I mean,
depressing. I mean, so promising, and that
I mean,
was
you just see
on
how
the
good
same
he is.
turf that Odell Beckham hurt himself about 10 years
Like
earlier.
like like Odell said, like Odell like had a tweet. He was saying that NFL, just get rid of turf, man. Let's play on grass. You know what I'm saying?
It's horrible, dude. You hate to see these young guys that are so talented have their careers at least slightly halted. I don't want to say derailed, you know.
And sometimes they don't come back the same players. Odell was never the same after that injury. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even like to put that out in the air because it's so bad. It sucks.
Yeah. And then I mean, you saw it too. Jackson Dart, the way he was playing, you could just see the energy. I mean, he had some chemistry. He was throwing the ball to Malik early in the game. The chemistry they had, you can tell they was going to be like a really good quarterback receiver duo. I mean, they still have a chance to be, but it's not to see it the rest of the season. It's very disappointing.
Just depressing. Like literally, it would have been so fun to watch. Like Jackson Dart flicking it to Malik Neighbors, dude.
Geno Smith, man, he leads the league in interceptions right now. I
Yeah,
mean,
I would say that whole Raiders offense.
the whole Raiders offense, really. Um, his offensive line is terrible. I mean, they don't block well in the run or in the pass. That's why Ashton Genty was struggling. Um, but he's not making great decisions with the football right
I
now.
think they're misusing a little bit Brock Bowers at this point as well.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Brock. I mean, he's still been producing, but this
Not
hasn't
what
been
he
like
could
as
be. Yeah.
not what we expected. Yeah. Right. Right. But that's why I didn't really understand why people were so high on the Raiders this year. I was just like, the offensive line isn't that good, and the defense isn't good either. So I don't know why we're that high on
Well, I
them.
guess it was the hope that Pete Carroll from
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
his
yeah,
wisdom would bring some kind of like new program that can like start producing like the early Seahawks days.
yeah. But if you don't have the talent, man, it's hard to win in this league. It's so many good teams,
Yeah.
and they play in a
Yeah,
tough
every
division.
week you're playing somebody good.
I mean, they got the Broncos and the Chiefs and the Chargers all in their division.
The
They got an
AFC,
uphill battle for them.
especially
AFC
the
is
AFC
this.
West.
AFC is so stacked. I mean, it's not. I mean, a lot of teams have, I mean, the Bengals got taken out of that equation because of injuries, but I mean, other than that, I mean, so many good teams. I mean, the Ravens, Chiefs, Bills. I mean, even the bad teams are like they competitive, like the
Like good.
Dolphins
Even
and
even
Jets,
the
like
Browns sometimes like have a good
Browns. Like they
like
beat the Packers last week. Like nobody expected them to beat the Packers last week.
yeah, exactly, dog.
you know, I mean, their defense is really good because they got Miles Garrett, the best defensive player in the league. So you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, I prefer being in the NFC as the Panthers because it's more fun for me. I like watching my team win.
yeah. I mean, got the Saints and the Falcons who are hit or miss. They're inconsistent with their play in your
Yeah, the
division.
Buccaneers are actually really good for some reason.
They're good, man. They're good. I mean, like I said, they play the Eagles close. I mean, the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles the best team in the league. I mean, they just win in so many different ways. So it's. I mean,
Yeah,
but they hung in
they
there. They
win.
hung in there. They had their chances.
Their offense is going to need to evolve a little bit, but they're just so darn talented that they can just
Yeah, it
crush through.
doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
They just saw this one stat where they had like zero. They didn't have any passing yards in the second half. Zero passing yards in the second half. The Eagles didn't have any passing yards. That was
that's
crazy to me.
wild.
That's why
That's
AJ Brown is, he posted that Bible verse on his Twitter after the
yeah.
game. You know,
And then Nick Sirianni had to speak about it and was like, AJ wants to be here. He's a big part of our team.
another reason, another disappointment. I would say a fantasy and disappointment. Just having the Eagles receivers because they're not going to throw to them, even though they're talented and want.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's a difficult offense to be a part of as a receiver because it's just so run heavy and like the way that they involve receivers ask them to do a lot of dirty work. you know?
yeah,
So it's like
for
not
sure.
fun after a while.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, um, what's one thing you're looking forward to from the Panthers going into week 5?
I would say first and foremost, just having a fresh start because offensively our statistics are not that bad. We're actually one in the I think last five in the bottom five of 3 and outs in the NFL. And like there's positive EPA statistics that we can pick out. Like it's the crucial plays that we're missing out on. So I
Mm-hmm.
think just having a fresh start and focusing on the crucial plays, like that's where we're going to find our success. As long as we're going to be able to execute when we need to execute, that's going to be the only thing that matters more than the big picture, the macro, the X's and O's. Literally on 3rd and 3, when we're in field goal range, can we execute? And if we can, more than likely we win. And so I think if we focus on plays like that and we have the capacity to do so, even lacking some talent, like because we just like we've talked about before, cut our starting offensive or outside linebacker, essentially defensive pass rusher, starting. That was also a 3rd round pick in 2023 because it was so bad against the Patriots. So
Yeah.
we have some talent, disparities, but I think we can structurally get it done. Will it happen? I don't know.
Hoping for the best in that situation, you know.
That's all
One
you
thing I
can
want to see,
do.
one thing I definitely want to see is T Mac and Bryce Young get on the same page. I want
Yeah,
to see
make
it.
it fun. Make it fun. They had a couple of great
Does
passes
does does,
preseason.
does Tedero have a touchdown this year yet?
Not yet.
We got to give him that first touchdown this week.
Oh,
Last week I called it on the on Latu getting the sack, his first sack of the season. This week we got to
oh,
get we got
we're
to we got to
playing
get
Miami. We're
T
playing
Mac. Yeah,
Miami too. So like, hey, hopefully.
yeah, man, we got to get him. We got to get him a touchdown this week. That's the goal. That should be one of their goals this week. It's he's overdue. He is
Yeah,
overdue for one.
he's gonna do it. And then next week, the week after, is gonna be Jalen Coker.
Yeah, we can't wait to see him come back and help out the receiving core.
Yep.
Um, they're
We need
struggling, and yeah, you need that boost, need that juice in the, in the receiving game, in the
and then
passing
let's see
game.
what XL can do. I'm not as excited for him to come back just because he hasn't shown us. Yeah, I mean he hasn't. I'm not dissing him. It's more of like it's what we've seen this season. It's like it's not, you know, well hopefully it should challenge him if he did see something like this. But I
Yeah,
think I would love to see him at his best.
absolutely, absolutely. The Colts. One thing I'm looking forward to is just to continue to see like the way the offense plays. Daniel Jones had a couple turnovers this week. Is he gonna bounce back? He's gonna have more of a clean game this week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, are they gonna run the ball a little bit more? I mean, they ran the ball well. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had 76 yards or 17 carries, so that's really good.
Incredible.
But you just want to see get him get a little bit more touches. You know what I'm saying? And even if you get him in like the pass game, I mean he's good in that way too. So this seeing the involvement of a lot of players continue to get better. We gotta see the secondary, our pass defense get better. It has to get better. Tre'Davious Ward, he's playing well, I think. Um, but we need, like I said, we're already down Kenny Moore and Jalen Jones, two of our starting, corners,
Right.
So we got to see some people step up. I thought Mike Hilton his name was Mike Hilton. I think I did clarify that or found that out. Um, I thought he came in and played pretty well, in his first game, after being signed last week. But, Xavier Howard, we got to find an upgrade over him, whether it be trade or signing somebody else. We got to get somebody better than this guy because this guy obviously he's
See, the
struggling.
easy part is saying like, and I know this as a Panthers fan, like with our linebackers, like the easy part is saying like, why don't we just trade with somebody and get like a service one? But the hard part is finding somebody that just wants to give away their like, you know, at least depth level players.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I thought Nick Cross he impressed once again. Like I say, he's leading the team in tackles, led the team in tackles again this week. I like the way he's playing. DeForest Buckner, Latu continue that sack streak. Let's keep it going. Let's see if we can get Latu a sack every single game. He has that type of talent. He's getting pressures. You just got to finish it with sacks more often. We need to sack every single game.
All right.
Um, but yeah, I just want to see improvement from the defense. Um, and the offense continuing to trust the game plan and continue their efficient ways without the turnovers. The turnovers were bad this week
Could do
because the
without.
offense still played pretty well. I thought. I mean, they still had 300 over 300 yards of total offense. You know what I'm saying? Um, Especially passing game, 248 yards. But we can't have turnovers, can't have all those penalties that we had, and we just have to be, you know, better in the red zone. I thought we was better in the red zone this week. But be better in critical situations, not have penalties that end drives. You want to be able to sustain drives so you can get in the red zone more often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're in a good position, 3-1. Expect to be 4-1. Hopefully the Panthers can get in that winning column this week. Um,
We really could use it. I think it might be necessary. I saw from what they say, the kids are saying it's a credible source online that Dave Canales is on a warm seat. So
so the priest is gonna be feeling the pressure a little bit.
yeah. So
Yeah,
hopefully he can
yeah.
do it.
At least don't get blown out again. Okay, the
And
Panthers
see,
cannot have blowouts anymore
that's
this
I
season.
mean that's the thing. It's one thing to like lose in a competitive game, but it's another thing to be humiliated after we spoke. We had so much bravado coming after that 30-point like shutout, and to get humiliated like that, it's just like, all right, I guess we just have to shut the fudge up and not say anything because we do not even have a good team. Like
Just take it week by week. We don't
exactly.
know which team is going to show up. We just going to say, hopefully the good
Hey,
Panthers
the
team
best
shows
team
up.
win.
Hopefully can we keep it within 14 points, please? Can we keep it within 2 touchdowns, please? And then we'll just say, can we keep it within 7 points, please? Seven. Can we get under seven?
Seven.
Then
Can we get a
three.
seven? Can we get a 6.5? Can we get five? Five over here.
Can we keep it competitive so we don't have to turn it off after the first half? Like I, like I
Yeah, I literally walked out at it. I did not see any of the fourth quarter. It was already
like
in
I
the
said,
40s in the fourth quarter. I
a
didn't
lot
see
of
that what's his name? Mitchell Evans touchdown from
the
Andy
one
Dalton.
with Andy Dalton. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't
The
see it.
only reason I saw it because it was still on one of the TVs at the restaurant we was at. I was like, oh, they still showing that game? Okay. Uh,
So they're still showing that game.
yeah.
Where'd you go to eat? What was the spot?
Duckworth. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Oh yeah.
Duckworth. Yeah.
What'd you, oh yeah, you've heard of it. What'd you get?
Oh yeah. Philly cheesesteak. They got a smokehouse Philly.
Oh, that sounds
Really
good.
good. They put bacon on it, barbecue.
Oh, Philly cheesesteak with bacon. You hear that,
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Really good.
friend?
But yeah, man, we had a good time. I mean, other than the Colts losing, and I was kind of
Yeah.
upset about that. Colts and Panthers losing. That's not a good day,
No, see,
But
but the thing is, at
overall,
least you have hope, like for the future. Yeah, I envy your team having like, all right, there's gonna be something that can happen. It's gonna be like I'm not in despair per se, but I'm not in hope. I'm in wait and see because I'm at a crossroads. Is this good?
you
Please
don't know.
don't make this despair. Please give me some hope.
You don't know what team gonna show up from week to week. You like,
Nope.
please show me
Do
some good
something.
football, please.
Show me something. Because I
Give me
don't want
something to be excited about
I don't want it to be like coaches, GMs fired, and like, oh, we have to do this all over again. They were like,
all over again,
in
all
three
over again.
years, we might be formidable. It's like another three. I've been doing this since I was at UNCT. Yo, that's wild.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But on that note, like I said, go Colts, go Panthers. Let's have a good week. Let's bring back a winning vibe on this podcast with our teams.
Hey, let's do it. We play the Dolphins, so there's hope.
Hey, maybe you'll see something. Maybe you'll see something.
6-7. That's my final.
Six.
That's my final word.
All right, y'all have a good week, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.